So yeah, good morning everyone. This is our first morning live stream and we will more than likely have more than these in the future, right? As we are getting close to, where we will be reading, live press action and then, after which wherever we go deeper into the year and I am sure that the rats or leakers or whatever, there are will have tremendous trouble, right? Because they won't go away. Let's be real, right? They won't ever go away. They will always be here, right? But hopefully, once this year ends, and you know, we place all of you right here, everyone right now, in this small group of people right here, like 900 of you, any amount of you guys which survive. Right? We're gonna place you guys in your own, area, right? So it will be you guys, which will be at the top. You guys will be the OGs, right? You will have a level of, reasoning, which will not be, what would I say, comprehensible. Is that a word? To other people, right? So that's the level that we're trying to get you at. Everyone's like, bro, you have all these people want to join. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to have another 1,000 to 1,000 people come in. Like there's a lot of people in the wait list, which is which I just ignore them because if you come in right now, then you're gonna spoil everything. There'll be more leakers, and then this would basically just seem like, I don't know, a money grab or whatever it is people call it. We don't even have to advertise, right? We don't have to do that. And also, if they, new people come in, as Fatty said, their brains will explode. Did I just say brains? What the hell? But yeah, anyways. So yeah, looking at the economic calendar, right? You guys can see that we have no news events today, right? There are no news events today, which points to, low probability price action. And the reason why it's low probability is just due to the fact that, we don't have that measure of time, right? Like, for example, tomorrow, Tuesday, right? 3:15, we have Euro news, then 3:30, we have Euro news, right? We don't have the specific time, when the volatility will be injected into the marketplace. So that's basically all that there is. But if there is sequential SMT, right, which is confirmed by a lower time frame cycle sequential SMT, then you have something to do. Which, I'm not saying that you can't be wrong, because there are times when you will be wrong, and you should also be okay with being wrong, right? Yes, oh, Dave, but this works. I caught the low of the week last week. I caught the high of the week this week. Bro, you're going to do that, but there will be times when you will just be off. You will have personal, issues in your life, things that will cloud your judgment, right? So it's important to, be comfortable with losing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with losing a trade. And once you understand this, everything changes. You become better instantaneously. You need to understand that I don't need to win everything to make money. I don't need to win everything to grow an account. I don't need to win everything to pass this or or the funded challenge or whatever they are, the glorified Ponzi scheme, right? You don't need to win every trade. You just need to win more times than you lose. You just need to manage your risk. Literally. You can make money flipping a coin if you manage your risk. I'll probably do that one day. For fun. Flip a coin, manage my risk. Don't care about the outcome. Live funds would be fun. What do you think? Yeah. Probably do it with a small account, like $10,000 or something. Risk 1%. Anyways. So yeah, Tuesday, will more than likely, give us clean price action, right? Tuesday, which is tomorrow, not today. Tuesday will give us, something to do. Something that you must note, right? And everything that I'm saying, whenever I go off topic and come back, that's done on purpose. Right? So listen, whenever I talk about price, that's when you should be tuned in. Right? So now, whenever you have a session, right? Sessions are important. No. Well, this person said you can do it in demo. No, don't need to do that. It's not the same. Losing demo money and real money is not the same because demo is nothing. Demo isn't real. You gotta lose real money, or be a part of someone losing real money to understand, or to just desensitize yourself. Is that the correct word? My English sucks. Anyways, so yeah, whenever you see, Euro and GBP news at, usually during the London session, that hints to a future higher time frame cycles sequential SMT, right? So these types of, scheduling proceeds, they come before, the high and the low of the week, right? And this is done during the sessions. So you see this right now, important. Not a lot of people understand, but as we go along, you will begin to understand as we make it clearer to understand, right? Let me give you another example. There are times when you will just see news for the pound at London. That news driver moves price in the pound, but not in the euro or the dollar, right? This displaces the pound, right? Meanwhile, you probably have the euro consolidating. And due to this, right, it probably moves the pound closer to a high while the euro is within the range. Do you get where I'm going now? So the next time you have a USD news driver, there will more than likely be SMT, right? Just as how you have, coincidentally, you have these drivers in London, and then you have USD news at 9:45 same day, right? So here you can see that we have a, what would I say, a crack in correlation between, news events, right? And it's not that, these news events are in the Asian session, which you will rarely ever see. I'm not even sure if I ever saw that before, right? But it's between the London session and the New York session, or between the New York session and the afternoon session. You'll not really ever see this, between the Asian session and the London session, unless you're like looking at pairs which usually move like during the Asian session, such as the Aussie, or the Japanese yen, those things. Then Wednesday we have no news, right? So this week is pretty clear cut, right? You can see the days where you should be, more cautious. Then you can see the days, where we will have some movement in price, right? So Thursday, you guys can see we have USD news here. We'll more than likely see the high low of the week form on Thursday, right? Thursday, Friday. There are times when you'll have like the low of the week form, Tuesday, and then the high of the week form Thursday, right? So at times, whenever you see, news scattered like this, right, on just, two specific days having most of the high impact news events, then that's what usually happens. There are two, trades that usually form during the week when you have news scheduled like this, right? There's usually two, and they're usually form on the 1 hour time frame, and I don't believe that there can even be more than two, right? When it comes to trading the weekly cycle, which you use the 1 hour time frame to do, right? Short term trading, not day trading, short term trading, trades that you hold for like a day or two, right? So for example, if you see sequential SMT form on a Monday, then you'd hold it until you see SMT form again, or until you're satisfied, right? Then, Friday, we have news again, which this will more than likely give us TGIF return into the range of the week. And, it's pretty cool because like we're talking about this, we're talking about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And, it's not even Tuesday yet, but we're already, expecting, volatility on days which have not even, are not even here yet. So now we look at the Forex market, the FX triad, right? So you guys already know, right? Our aim for price is above this high. Like we have been waiting for price, to be drawn to this high forever. Literally since price was here, right? Even when price was here as well. But then once price dropped here, you already know what happened. We had sequential SMT here, right? So there are times when, price will not, fill a gap, right? So it could probably like drop below, then rally above here. But there are times when, price will leave this open. Like for example, right here, and now we're looking at the euro, right? You have, right, this gap being filled, even run over a bit, right? And then we have price drop here and leave this gap right here, right? And to me, I believe that the euro is, trying to get these lows right here, right? And you guys can see the pound, basically playing catch up, right? Due to the fact that euro was weaker, right? But here you can see that they dropped the pound more than the euro in the latter stages of this move. where is the sell side liquidity, the obvious sell side liquidity, right? Is this right here? Should we consider this? I don't care about this. Let's call it an order book. I don't care about it, right? I see these lows. That's the draw on liquidity, right? And the only thing that would, change my mind about this is if we have SMT, right? But obviously you can see that we have, lower to go for the pound, the euro, and for the US dollar, these highs right here, right? So this is how it looks right now, currently. Right. So right now we're in range and price action consolidating, right? We could have a few things, we could literally have price run here, go above here, drop again, right? We could have a lot of movement, before we have that up move. So it's important to not, focus on trading in that direction alone, right? You should capitulate on fluctuations, which are preceded by sequential SMT, right? Not a higher time frame fair value gap or some random low or high being ran through, right? And if you don't see it here, then you'll see it between these pairs on your screen and the interest rate triad, right? So currently, what do you see? Choppy price action. Is price doing anything that is noteworthy? No, it's not. It's not, right? Nothing here is noteworthy. We're in a range, right? In regards to the dollar index, right? And whenever the dollar index is in a range, right, everything will either be low probability or you will have each one out of the pairs of each triad just doing something weird. For example, you have the pound, falling right here, just literally just falling to the floor. And you already know we were bearish on the pound, right? Like literally all the way up here to here. One press trade above here, and then what happened? It just collapsed. Which is literally crazy. That was amazing, right? That was pretty good. Probably the one of the best trades for me this year was like here, right? Charting about this high. I saw a lot of you guys do this too, and very good to see. So yeah, here, right? Remember we had intermarket sequential SMT here, which, if you realize, when you have intermarket sequential SMT, right, on the monthly cycle, right, that is a clear-cut trade idea, right? Just that alone, that will give you a bias, right? That will give you a bias. But still, just looking at this it's great. Like, we had sequential SMT here, then we had it here again, the price fell, ran into, and look at this, right? Price ran into this gap right here. Do you see? And remember, there's something that, Michael taught, which I understand, something that I actually see, repeated in price action, right? Whenever you have, for example, price close below a wick, right? This wick will become a breaker. Whereas we see if you draw this out in time, we see price trade into this wick and then fall. right? This, and it was within this fair value gap as well, right? Right here. So from this wick, we had price run above this high. Then there was SMT here, and price fell. Here, you can see the price did not trade, right, within this wick, right? And remember, right, we're looking at the forward time frame right now. And what else do you realize? I bet y'all never seen this before, right? If you look here, right, what do you realize? Like comparing each chart. And I'm actually not labeling it just for, my reasons. I know everyone's going to screenshot it and it's going to be all over Twitter. But no, if you want to teach this, you got to explain it yourself. You got to explain it yourself. Why? That's one of the main reasons why you didn't have price trade about this gap right here. Right? Why? We had price, dip into this one, which caused a institutional order flow entry drill, right? But why do we go here? Listen, and right, we're looking at the forward time frame, so you can apply this to the 1 hour time frame. But remember, if you're applying it to the forward time frame, then what do you need? The monthly cycle sequential SMT, which happened here. So literally showing you guys how to find explosive moves right now. But sometimes, as I said, you'll see this happen, right? Price drop, there's a gap here, right? But pay attention. There's this gap here that closes below this low. This one did not close below this one, right? And while this gap closed right here, right, we had this, right? This candle right here. This is one 4-hour candle. This is 2. Do you see that? So this candle right here, right? 1. Whereas we saw, let me just use this, right? Price trade into this institutional order flow entry drill here, right? And you'll see why the better, trade was the pound, right? Here, right? We had the same thing, institutional order flow entry drill, but this consisted of, right, 2 gaps, right? So there's a gap here, then there's another gap here. So there's a gap here, boom, the candle closes, opens again, create another gap. Price won't go to this one, right? It'll just return to this one, right? And then here, you have this, right? So this gap right here would be, the best thing to use, right? Worst of all, we have this quote unquote breaker right here. Right, so this wick right here, right, and pay attention. The wick is, this gap was formed over this wick. Are you paying attention? So first of all, we had one imbalance right here. This is a volume. This is what's this called again? It's a liquidity void, right? This is a liquidity void. This is not even FVG. This is one liquidity void, and here we had another liquidity void, right? Liquidity void, right, precede FVGs whenever you have a crack between gaps. So we have one liquidity void here, then here in this candle, right? Nothing, right? Here is it. Can you see? I believe that. Yeah, anyways, yeah. Nothing. I don't know why the times look different, but you know, it's the same time. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, so this is a FVG, and this becomes an FVG, and we don't expect price to go above here. First, there's a breaker right here, right? And whenever, you know, Michael taught us, you have a breaker, right? You don't expect price to go above the breaker. Whenever there was SMT here, so price was already, you know, going to go lower. And this is a signature which occurs. This is a signature which occurs before the price actually moves like this, right? It won't give you a chance to enter here. So people will usually have their limit orders here and want to go short, but it won't work, right? And it's not that someone's saying something about different times. It's the same times, right? It's the same times. It's no different time. So see right here, you have here, then right here, it's the same time. It's just that we're looking at the 4-hour candle, and they probably open at different times, so that just, you know, makes it seem off, right? So this candle, you see that it opened at 8, and this one just opened at 5, right? So it's not different times, right? If you understand what I'm trying to say, right? The market's probably just opened at a, you know, a different time, but these times, you know, are same. And you should compare them like this, right? And that's why there is a crack, right? Here, this candle right here delivered the same or reacted to the same news event as these in regards to the euro and the pound, right? If I go to the 1-hour time frame, it will be clearer that these are, in fact, right, the same time. They're the same time, right? It's just that when you go in a higher time frame, it will seem quote unquote different. But these are the same time, right? Hopefully that cleared up whatever. If you're confused, it's okay to be confused sometimes. That is a sign that you're thinking and you're using your brain. You should be confused. You should be frustrated at times, right? You should think, right? Frustration when, you know, studying something that makes sense is just a sign that you're growing in understanding, right? That's good. You should be frustrated. So here, right, you can see that we had the pound, you know, drop way more than we had the euro drop, right? Also, you can see that this low right here, right? Look at it. Look at it, right? This low, right? We had this candle right here close below this low here before we had the formation of the actual fair value gap. Whereas here, this candle closed above it, right? Pay attention. This was not sequential SMT. right? So the fact that we had, you shouldn't be looking for, oh, I'm going to buy this right here. No, it wasn't sequential SMT, right? So you shouldn't be trying to, buy here, right? So whenever you don't have, a higher time frame sequential SMT being confirmed by a lower time frame sequential SMT, you have things like this happen. See, it's all tied together. Logic always repeats. So amazing, right? People just can't wait to, try to steal it, but try to steal it to, sell or whatever they do. I don't know. But we have a lot more stuff coming. Basically, this is nothing, right? So as you guys can see here, what would this be considered as? And pay attention. Here we had sequential SMT here between this high and this high, and focus on the pound, right? We had sequential SMT between this high and this high, right? I am, in my mind, you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? So that's why I'm not drawing anything right here, right? So if this video gets out there, it will be harder for them to understand. You understand? So we had sequential SMT here. Then we had a lower time frame sequential SMT here. Then what happened after, right? Once this price closed here on the forward time frame, then we're focused within the monthly cycle, right? Which creates big moves, right? Look, what is this? It's the SMT market structure shift. A real market structure shift. You understand? And then once we have this happen, and then we have this second candle close here, and we begin to see consolidation. Meanwhile, right here, the dollar only gave us one candle up, right? Using this, don't focus, and remember, you should be using the capital.com. Look at this, look at the specific, right? Capital.com, because another will more than likely give you different data, right? But anyways, this right here that you see, right, it is transferable to all assets. It's fractal, right? So this is just a way to confirm, when shouldn't I wait for price to go into this gap? It's here. It's right here, right? So you usually have explosive moves after these things happened. Also, on the weekly time frame, right? Right, and I'm going to put this right here. Then we're going to drop that down into the 4-hour time frame, right? We had the Great British Pound trade above the 50% of the weekly fair value gap. Then we had sequential SMT occur here. Listen, this is like boom, and made $10,000. This is like rare. This is something that will not probably not far more than twice per month, right? This is a setup that is insane. It's actually, right, you have everything here pointing down, and also, right, we talked about it beforehand. We did. When price was here, what were we waiting for? Sequential SMT. Then we wanted to see price go down, right? So I know that there are people here that like wait for me to do my analysis and then they take it and they go into their own groups and they act like they're smart. Which is fine, I guess. Can't stop that, but yeah. This is literally what we were always pointing towards, right? This is what we've been pointing towards. You know, this right here, this exact market condition to be created, right? Why were we bullish on the dollar? Because we were bearish on the pound and bearish on the euro, right? Okay. So, anyways, yeah, for now, I'll just leave this here and we'll look at the index futures. Do you guys remember when price was like around here? And I said that the next time price drop, it will be, quote unquote, biblical or whatever I said, right? But yeah, we've seen price drop. But remember what I said about the dollar consolidating, right? Whenever the dollar is like consolidating, you have, price action like this, right? We have the Dow, way, just up here, open way higher than the low that it made in the previous week, right? And we just have, price trying to find a footing right now, right? There's nothing to trade off of currently, right? Yeah, I don't see anything at the moment, right? There's nothing right here that's high probability. There's nothing right here that would, allow me to press a button, right? I need to see more displacement. I need to see, time and line. I need to see sequential SMT, right? I need to see 3 of these assets moving in the same direction, right? And I need to see the dollar, literally telling me what it's going to do. So for now, we enjoy our, short call. We enjoy seeing the market, as weak as we expected it to be. We've been, for a while, we've been talking about these types of movements, coming into the marketplace. And it's just, surreal, very good to actually see this happen, real time. But for now, nothing much to do, right? There's basically nothing to do right now. Basically nothing to do right now. So just wait until we get, obvious price action or displacement. Even right here, there are no gaps, right? We just had price free fall and just, started to rest a bit. Nothing much to do here. Nothing to even like pay attention to. So we will wait until we see something obvious in price, right? So whenever there's something obvious in price, we will react to it, right? That's what we will use. But there are times when you do nothing, like now, right? You do nothing. You wait for a price to form a range, then you wait for a sequential SMT, right? That's what we're going to do now in regards to this marketplace. Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So here you guys can see, right? What am I using? I'm using the futures data, right? We're using the futures data right now. Right here, there was SMT at these lows between Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Going lower, you can see the closures, right? Which is why we have, price going higher right now. So am I bullish or am I bearish on Bitcoin? I'm not bullish, right? If anything, right, happens and, we'll probably see price go above these highs. So the range looks something like this. Right, so we see price go above here and pay attention, right? If we see price go above here and there's SMT, right? So there is SMT between Ethereum and Bitcoin. We already have a higher time for SMT already. So we just need a lower time for SMT to confirm, what we want to see. Also, we already have Bitcoin reaching, almost at the equilibrium of this range, while we have Ethereum below, or covering less of the range than Bitcoin has been doing, which hints to, future SMT. So seeing this right now, this choppy price action, raging price action, this is good because this is usually what happened before we have reversal. This is usually what happened before we have large range moves, right? And we have a few questions. Let's see. Will I be diving deeper into doubling theory? Of course, but now, hell no. Maybe at the end of the year. But you can't do that right now. Are you crazy? That's insane, man. Do that right now, you see YouTube videos, the Dublin Theory. All over Twitter. Dublin Theory. Dublin Theory by the elite. And oh my god, look at this. Oh, yeah. Nah, man. It's like, testing the waters with the elementary stuff and I got people that's all over the world. I don't even know them. Bro, thank you for your video. How the hell did you get that video? Right? Bro, I changed my life. I'm like, who are you? Damn. Anyways. So yeah, that was basically it. We've been here for like 15 minutes, I believe. There's a lot of stuff that we talked about, right? Bias, gave you guys that. When to trade, gave you guys that. What to look for before you even try to do anything, gave you guys that. So it's not like, okay, we expect the dollar to go this way. No, first we expect a retracement SMT followed by a lower cap equals SMT, and then if all of that happens prior to a news event, then you know that you're on the right side. I hope that this was insightful to you. And we will more than likely be back, sometime, obviously we'll be back Wednesday. But I will probably be here, with have a unscheduled live stream, mainly just to talk about WAP. And I want to get some ideas from you guys, right? Like, what do you want to see? Like, what kind of chats should I have there? Forums, like, What partitions would you like to see? Would you like people to be able to post on a forum, or should it just be me, or should I have two? Right, one for you guys, one for me. Right. And if I didn't highlight anything, right? If I didn't get you guys to focus here, then basically that's just me telling you that I have no care for that level, or I don't see price going to that level. Right. I just there's a lot of things that I could show you in the charts right now, but I just highlight what's necessary. Right. There are PDA reasons here that you can't even see if I don't show you. Right. There are things that you can see if I don't show you for some reason. I don't know. It's just my gift from God. Right. It's not something that I have to stress myself, right, to get. I just wake up in the morning and go over the charts a few times and boom, it's there. Right. Just the first candle of each Q, part of a previous Q. I guess, yes. Not sure I understand, but yeah, I think so. If I understand your question correctly. I answered around, let's say 47 emails. I'll begin to answer the rest today. But yeah. We will be back this week. Pay attention to everything that I said. Right? And whenever you have, for example, Q2 and Q2 lining up, and then you have sequential SMT within that Q, that's when you will have price reverse. More times than not. That being said, I need to leave before I give too much information. You're going to see all over the internet, Google, everywhere, forums about day on Reddit. Day, trader day. Oh, we found this, and yes, look at this right here. Man, what's wrong with you guys, man? I want to share the real stuff. You guys you're making it hard for me. But if I have to wait 6 months, I will. And the thing is, I will literally I'm giving you stuff, of course, but I wouldn't even say, because it'll be and I'm just saying it here. I'm not going to be going on Twitter and be like, this is crazy. This is amazing. No, because you don't have to advertise. Right? And I don't want too much people here. I actually want half of you guys to disappear. Literally. Literally. And yeah, so it's gotta deal with some NDAs, all that stuff, right? If I start going live, pressing buttons, taking trades, people are gonna be copying that, putting in their group, then it'll look like they're the ones doing this. Right? Even sometimes, in here, I literally, give a bias. It's right. I see the same bias on Twitter everywhere. I'm like, bro, what? That's insane. And I'm like, really? Some account with 20K followers, 30K followers. I'm like, are you in the group? Probably one of those guys that their Telegram username is ZFTTWO0226. But yeah, next year we'll like have, some in-person stuff, if I am, probably, Dubai or something, or if I'm at the US. I don't even know, man. Like, people are crazy. I don't really trust people. I don't really trust people, so, but yeah, we'll see. Dubai's underwater. They'll fix it. They're rich. They have a lot of money. If Dubai will destroy it, just make another one. Right? They have the oil money. When Oracle. Definitely. Not right now. Do you see what like people are like they're literally like acting like they found the gospel of truth. Like it's just like secret SMT this it's great. Bro, haven't seen anything. They don't understand. But have a good day everyone. I've been here for too long now. We'll talk.